Cark Rogers client-centered therapy. Hey guys! In this video, we are going to be covering famed clinical psychologist Cark Rogers and his client-centered therapy. This video will briefly discuss the various aspects of his approach and how we can apply it today in all aspects of life. Theory of personality. Rogers hypothesized that the formation of personality is an ongoing event. He believed that when we are born, we have a whole true self. But as we grow older and we start interacting with our external world, we start to split ourselves into two different parts. The first part is what's known as the real self. The second part is the ideal self. Imagine, if you will, of circles that are partially overlapping one another. One being the real self and one being the ideal self as we get older. Given our environmental circumstances throughout our lifespan, these two circles are going to start separating from one another. This separation is what is called incongruence. This incongruence, or the distance between the real self and the actual self, can cause things such as anxiety, fear, depression, stress, etc. And the main reason why this happens is because we as human beings get swept away in trying to become accepted by society and do things that society deems to be correct. And so we start performing in an unauthentic way, a way that is not our real selves. Rogers stated that having healthy relationships can help someone become congruent again. Congruence to the part of where the real self and the ideal self are closely overlapped, but can never be completely overlapped, but are just more or less aligned. We start acting within our true, authentic nature. Let's take an example of an individual named James. Now, James grew up as an athlete, loving to compete in any type of strength or power sport. But as he went to high school and got a college degree, he ended up working at a desk job for a plumbing company of all things. James found himself to be more and more unhappy with himself and the choices he made in life. He used to get anxiety just to go to work. His free time would revolve around how to detach himself from thinking about work or having to go back to work. James was really unhappy, and it affected his social life as well. Friends and family started to take notice, and people showed concern. James got in touch with a client-centered psychologist. And after doing several sessions with the therapist, James began to reevaluate his life decisions and his current situation. James had come to the realization that his true passion and sense of self-involvement was dealing with exercise and nutrition, and essentially helping others in that facet. So James decided to make a career change and go work as a health coach, helping people with understanding their own personal health and how they can improve that through exercise and nutrition. James feels much more fulfillment with his occupation now, and he resides because he is being authentic to areas, or in the words of Rogers, congruent. Now the methodology into where James and his therapist were able to achieve this will be listed as follows. According to Rogers, people have the ability to heal and aid any type of psychological or emotional needs that they have, as long as a healthy therapeutic relationship is established. There are three key concepts within this relationship. The first is the therapist and friend's genuineness or transparency with their demeanor. What this means is that whatever the person is saying, they truly believe it, and they are being authentic with their behavior, their word choice, their euphemisms, everything, for just being real. The second thing is what Rogers called unconditional positive regard, otherwise known as non-judgmental caring. This boils down to simply understanding or accepting the fact that we are all humans, and we all struggle in life, and we try to better ourselves to either alleviate pain or reach certain goals. Sometimes we may act in a certain way that's not admirable or wise, and as a friend we can condone behavior, but we always have to accept the fact that they are like us, trying to better themselves the best that they know how to. The last one is the genuine desire to understand the client's experience and have an accurate, empathetic communication of that experience. Now, we all know about empathy and how when someone says they've been through something, you often can relate the story to something you've been through. But with Rogers, it's a little bit more in depth in saying that when somebody was going through an experience, you really took the time to understand fully that emotion. Ask lots of questions rather than just remarking on your own personal experiences. Try to dig deeper into what exactly they were feeling and open yourself up to feeling that said feeling. Oftentimes, just simply being in the trenches with somebody is helpful enough for them. We need to open ourselves up to feel and experience what the other person is feeling or experiencing. That way, they can at least feel that they've been heard completely. We often listen to reply rather than listening to understand. How to apply to everyday life. Whether you are a coach, parent, boss, or counsel applying Rogers' 3 aspects of a healthy relationship: authenticity, unconditional positive regard, and deep empathetic understanding. Having a relationship based off of these 3 aspects can help someone self-heal and to become congruent again and act and live a life in a true, authentic manner. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you have any questions, you can email me in the link down below. Otherwise, have a good one and good luck with everything.